Welcome. My name is Henning Piezunka. I'm an assistant professor at INSEAD in the entrepreneurship department. Today, with us, Randy Komisar, senior partner at Kleiner Perkins. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me, Henning.
You go with people through a failed venture and then kind of say like,
yes,
we'll do this again?
If you fail in Silicon Valley for a reason other than being corrupt, lazy, or stupid, then you've gotten an education, and I want to get the benefit of that education. There's so much circumstance. The thing that we don't talk about much in entrepreneurship is the role of luck. We're taking big risks. We're taking risk on things outside our control. We're not simply lining up plans where if we execute, we will succeed. We are taking the risk of product market fit. We're taking the risk of competition. We're taking the risk of the ability to develop products on time, on schedule, at costs that are going to actually be attractive to customers. All of those risks are taking on early in the project, and we have no idea if we can actually solve those risks. This is a process of risk management, not a process of execution per se. And as a result, failure happens all the time for reasons outside our control. So does success. I learn a lot from gambling. And that's not to say that I think about venture capital as gambling per se. I actually don't. But my father was a professional gambler, and so I learned by watching over his shoulder a lot about gambling. I learned about the bad beat. The bad beat, meaning you've made a good decision, but the facts turn out to be different, or something intercedes. You can't remake that decision, and in fact, you made a good decision. You can't go back and question that decision because it was a good decision. It just turns out that reality ensued, and you can't do anything about that. There's something called the tilt, which is when you start making a series of bad bets one after the other. This happens in gambling all the time. It happens in venture capital. As you begin to chase the elusive big whale, the white whale of success, you begin to compound your errors because you're so anxious to get that one win that will pay for all of your losses, right? There's the pot odds problem, which is when you forget the risks and just look at the size of the pot and begin to bid up the pot even against the best analysis you can do about the return on risk. These are things that happen in gambling all the time. Venture capitalists tend to be ignorant of all of these various different gambling phenomena. But I think venture capital can be well informed by things like a bad beat or the tilt or pot odds.
Research actually shows it's much easier to identify quality differences in poker players than actually in investors or investment bankers actually. It's easier to statistically tell the difference, so there's more skill.
It doesn't surprise me, and I think one of the reasons is when I talk to a gambler, they have accepted risk. They have accepted luck in their analysis. That doesn't mean, by the way, that they're not professional. It doesn't mean that there isn't a best practice. It just means that they know that regardless of how professional or well-practiced they are, luck will always be determinative. They can minimize it, but they can't remove it. I think venture capitalists don't acknowledge this.
Thank you so much. This was a truly great pleasure.
Thank you for inviting me. INSEAD is a fantastic experience. I've really enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow. And thanks for this discussion.
Awesome. Thank you. Bye.